Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We're going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We want to bring others with us. So please become a part of the Notification Squad. Peep Squad, hit that notification bell, baby. Know each and every time I drop a video, tell me what's on your mind. So let's get into it. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's talk about the upcoming episode that is going to premiere on Sunday, even though last week we didn't get an episode, So let's talk about it. Let's talk about Kenya Moore. And we all know from season 10 that Kenya Moore, basically told people that she has not met Marc Daly's family on season 10 at the reunion, Blase in the third, that she has not met his parents. She has talked to his parents over the phone, Blase in the third. She didn't even get a chance to, meet up with them and everything else like that. I was like, shit, what's going on with that situation? Yes, there are some secrets being kept. There are some things being kept and under the carpet. I don't know why Marc Daly does not want Kenya Moore to meet his family. But it seems like it's really a situation for real, even though, he done married Kenya Moore and had a baby by her, but yes, she's not good enough to meet your parents. Are you trying to hide secrets from, Kenya Moore? Because basically if she talks to your parents, she's going to find out some information on you that you don't want her to know. Or does he wants to keep his life private from his wife because his wife is on a national syndicated TV show and he's afraid that, his personal business is going to hit the streets and maybe Kenya Moore might find out more information. And one of the things that Kenya Moore did say, on season 10, allegedly, that, she didn't meet Marc Daly's parents because they was on a cruise ship at the time of her wedding, Blase in the third. So what's the point now? So has Marc Daly parents met with baby Brooklyn? Have they seen baby Brooklyn? Did they even show up to the hospital? Probably not, because she's still saying, Kenya Moore is still saying that, he has kept his life private from her. I was like, damn, what type of marriage is that? That you marry somebody, you have a baby, you do IVF, you inject yourself with needles and the whole 9 yards. And then on top of that, your husband, your fiance, your man and everything else, his parents are nowhere around. When he got them, they're breathing, they living, they are alive. Right there should have stopped the paint. Should have stopped it. Hey, change this shit up. Something ain't right. Something ain't clean in this water, baby. But I guess Kenya Moore wanted to keep going on with the situation. And maybe Kenya Moore felt like, since she wasn't close to her mother or her father, she only had her grandmother, then it really didn't matter if she met Marc's parents or not, because as long as she had Marc in his heart, she was okay with the situation, and she was okay, the grandparents not meeting baby Brooklyn, when we know that Kenya Moore was so excited that her mother, sent baby Brooklyn, a birthday gift or a Christmas gift or whatever the case may be. But, it seemed like she was excited that, her mother recognized, Brooklyn. But yet, what about Marc Daly's parents recognizing Brooklyn? Like, what's going on with that situation? So on the upcoming episode, you're gonna have Kenya Moore talking to a therapist or talk to somebody, and basically she said, basically, I just wanted to be happy. Like, I wanted this marriage to be happy. I wanted everything to work, and I put everything on the line for the situation. I put everything on the line. I just wanted it to work. But Marc Daly didn't put everything on the line, and he didn't want to be happy as well with her. Of course not. He didn't let you meet his parents. Basically, he kept you as the side piece, the side situation. He was like the side wife. We're going back down, memory lane when we talk about Peter Guns and, his situation with Amina being his wife, but yet he's staying with Tora and got kids with Tora. Like, what's going on with this situation? I was like, ladies, we gotta wake up and smell the coffee. When a mother sucker is not honest with you and he don't want you to meet his parents, is because he don't want you to know where he's coming from or anything else like that, because maybe he's embarrassed of his parents. But if he's embarrassed of his parents, he could explain that to Kenya Moore and say, look out for this. They might say this to you, they might be rude, they might be disrespectful, but they are my parents. I love them and I want you to meet them. I want you to know where I came from, who I am. And Kenya Moore didn't even get that. So basically the marriage was never built on a solid foundation. And it's just a terrible situation because we know Kenya Moore wanted to be happy. She wanted to have a life with Mark. She wanted to have that white picket fence, and that family. And, she didn't get it from Mark. And basically, Kenya Moore is saying that, her issue is, one of her main issues is the conversations, that she cannot have conversation with Marc Daly without him getting angry, without him getting mad, without him getting upset and crossing the lines. So it sounds like there is some emotional abuse going on, maybe psychological abuse too as well, because damn, he was calling the shots, because he was like up from Jump Street, like, baby, you are not going to meet my family is off limits to you. How can you say that to the woman that you said I love, I do, and be in the process of having a baby, but yet she can't meet your family? Did she meet your kids? Did she meet your auntie? Did she meet your uncles, your brother, your sisters, your nieces, your nephews? Who did she meet? Nobody. So basically you just kept her in a box, and you opened up that box whenever you felt like opening that box. And Kenya Moore allowed you to do that because she wanted love, and she wanted a family. She wanted a stable background with you, and have a stable relationship, and give baby Brooklyn something that she never had because of Kenya Moore being abandoned by her mother, and then her father being MIA, then not coming back into the picture until later on, and Kenya Moore being raised by her grandmother, and then having her aunt on her side. She probably just always wanted to have a family, and probably just always dreamed of having a family, and not even looking at the circumstances that are surrounded. Not looking at, okay, look at this situation. He's been married before. Have I met his kids? Have I met his mother? Have I met his father? He never says sorry. We don't even have conversations. I can't give him my honest opinion on anything without being cut off, because this is what Kenya Moore is telling her story on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So it's just like, damn, what was going on in this situation? Like, when you have a jump off and you have somebody that you're not serious with, you don't want them to meet your mother, your father. You don't want them to know their Twitter, their Facebook, or anything else like that, because you ain't serious with that person. You just enjoying the time with them, and it's not gonna last. So therefore you don't bring them around. You don't bring them where where you chill at. You don't bring them to your family. You don't bring them to your spots. And that's a clear sign of deception, and that you're not really a part of their life. You're a minute part of their life. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get the wholeness, you can't get the trueness, you can't get the realness, because it's nothing like hearing a mother and a father talk about their son or their daughter, and basically telling you, this, they did this in high school, they went to the prom with this person, they've been in love with that person, they made a piss to bed, they may have thrown up when they had to give a speech in school, or they cried on the Ferris wheel, like when they first got their driver's license, they were speeding in my car and got a ticket, and I was, she don't get none of that from him, and I guess he doesn't get none of that from her either. So I guess it seems like her history and background, she probably was open to Marc Daly and told him if he even listened, because I doubt it he even cared or wanted to listen to where she came from, who she is, and blah and the third. I don't know what happened with their situation, but it seems like Kenya Moore never knew Marc Daly at all, and she's still wondering who the hell he is. I was like, Lord have mercy, what is really going on in this situation? And Kenya Moore, she basically repeats that she was in the dark, like Mark kept her in the dark, that she didn't know really anything about him. Really, she doesn't even know him, and she wanted to work together to keep their family together and basically be complete and have a life together, but Marc Daly kept her in the dark about who he is, where he's from, with his family. And I guess when Kenya Moore said that, she was allowed to speak to Mark, allow, baby, you heard that? Allow. I will be calling up your mother and your father as soon as, I need to, if I need a recipe, or I need this, or I need that, or I want to ask you what is the most sophisticated, generational perfume to wear, whatever the case may be. I want to call your mother and talk to her. Can Kenya Moore call Marc Daly's mother and ask her questions about, baby Brooklyn, about, medical history? Does Kenya Moore even have Marc Daly's medical history? Basically, if, baby Brooklyn develops something or needs something, can she say, okay, this is what Marc Daly has, this is what his grandmother has, this is what his mom has, and this is what his father has, especially when you're going to doctor's appointment and you're filling out a medical history form so they can make sure, if things are hereditary or not. Like, do she even have that type of information? I was like, Lord have mercy, what is really going on? But, we really can't fault Kenya Moore too like that either, because there's a lot of women don't even know a man's last name done gave birth to their baby. So, and there's a lot of men that done got women pregnant, don't even know their first name or where they stay at. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but you would think there would be more detailed information that Kenya Moore would know, just because of who she is and where she come from, and the abandonment issues that she has suffered from in the past, and people not being upfront with her and people being shady, that she would get all the information. But I guess when love comes in, all that crap goes out the door. Being awareness, being smart, basically holding your partner up to a higher standard, because you're not going to allow them to play you, use you, or abuse you from the get-go. But sometimes when love comes in, you put all that stuff aside, that you have a list of what the do's and don'ts and things that you need to know, things that are critical to your relationship. You have that before you even enter a relationship. But sometimes when love comes in, that is it. And Kenya Moore said, I just wanted to have a happy family. I just wanted to be happy with him. I just wanted us to, be a complete family. So she let a lot of things go. She let a lot of things slide. And Marc Daly, I'm just like, she don't know nothing about that man. Like, what's really going on with that situation? But, sometimes when, you're in a rush to get married, you're in a rush to have children, just because your biological clock is ticking, and, you're later in life. So, maybe, she let a lot of things slide because she wanted to have that fairy tale. And Marc Daly seemed like he can possibly give that to her. And it turns out that he's not able to give that to her. But, she talks about, she does not want Marc Daly at her house for co-parenting, co-visits, or whatever. He cannot stay with her. But we know in the past, months before the corona hit, that Kenya Moore done been in New York, stayed in a hotel. Marc Daly done stayed in a hotel with them. They threw a birthday party for baby Brooklyn. I wonder if Marc's children were able to attend the party or not. But it really just seems like it's a crazy situation. And people calling this situation like a Yandy and Mendici situation. They're calling it a, Stevie J Jocelyn type of situation. I was like, damn, even Jocelyn done met Stevie J's parents. Like, what's going on? Tara done met, Yandy done met, Mendici's parents too as well. So it's just like, damn, like, this is a real sad situation. And I feel for Kenya Moore in that situation, because sometimes, we want love, and we are loving individuals, and we just want somebody to love. And then on top of that, we want to nurture and have children and have that family and have that bond, having that, my number one is my daughter, my number two is my husband. And when anything goes wrong, like, we're together, we're a family, we can conquer the world together. And I believe Kenya Moore had that attitude, and she was putting everything on a back burner because she was going to do everything possible to have Marc Daly like her. Because basically she was doing she said, talking to the therapist, that she was doing everything possible that she can to have Marc Daly, happy, and she was losing herself in him. So, it is what it is. You guys tell me what you think about the whole situation. Why did Marc Daly want to keep his family away from Kenya Moore? What was he hiding? What did he not want to be revealed? Did his family not like Kenya Moore from the jump street, and they didn't want to talk to her, and they didn't like her? But if that's the case, still, okay, you can meet my wife. I know you don't like her, but here she is. Say hello, peace, buy him out. That didn't even happen. So you guys tell me what you think about the situation. I was like, Lord have mercy. This is really like a really tragic, sad situation. But Kenya Moore is going to make it and get through it, baby. She going to come out shining. So let's get to Candy Burris. Candy Burris is having a situation, baby. And her situation is that she is working way too much. And Ace is crying. And, Todd is not happy that Candy has done a scene on the Shy where she had a sex scene. He was flipping her. It was aggressive. It was rough. And Todd ain't too happy with the situation. But Candy's doing her damn thing, baby. It's going to be what it's going to be. And we have Portia Williams. She revealed to us about 6 years ago she had a miscarriage at home by herself. Sorry to hear that. And I'm glad you got PJ now, baby. And she held an event for the ladies to talk about, their troubling times and difficulties with pregnancy and miscarriages too as well. We're going to have Marlo speak about her situation, so that should be interesting. And we have Tanya basically saying late in life, she met her love, met her soulmate, and she's having a difficulties with having lack of eggs, and she's working on it, and it's hard, but she's happy that she's able to express herself, and that's a good situation. And we have Kenya Moore, she's there too as well. She talked about, she almost died having baby Brooklyn, but she is so happy that she has her baby, and she's there, Nini's there. So I guess it seems like they can be copacetic and they can be cordial, or just basically ignore each other at events. So you guys tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Please hit that like button, baby.